Hello. Hi. Happy Monday morning. My name is Chris Farah, and by Monday morning, I mean 1 o'clock, 1:05 Pacific Standard Time. So truly not really the morning unless you're in Hawaii. And by morning, it's like almost noon. Hi, I'm so excited to see people. Yes, honey, here we are. It's 90 Day Fiancé. Honey, we are in the Happily Ever After knockoff series. We are in the season 6. We're in the episode 10. This was really interesting. And I feel like here's the thing. We took a week off, obviously, because of the 4th of July. And now we're back. And I think that we're stronger for it. So I'm going to go ahead and really let go of wanting to even mention Angela and Michael this season. What a journey it's been. And obviously not just this season with them, but the whole time. But whereas I once could comment on her and him and their relationship in such a way that was either a fun or interesting or somewhat well-rounded, or at least I could form an opinion because I could watch the footage. That's not where I am now. No, I hate their segments. And so now they're just added to the people that I don't want to watch, like Libby and Andre. It's kind of hard to have a season of people where you're just like, oh my God, like fast forward, either because it's fake or because in the sense of the Angela Michael situation, it's really just a nightmare to watch her. Berate him, throw abuse on him, say whatever she wants. Like it's just, you couldn't be around that person, period. So the fact that like we have to be subjected to like footage after footage of her, it feels like, yeah, it just feels like no part of my life do I need that energy. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like it turned obviously over the years where obviously we knew that Angela was abusive, and then the season happens, honey, and it's just like, I can't even stand to have her talk to him. And this is the first season where we haven't seen them together yet. I'm so happy to see you guys are here. This is going to be, what I should have done last night, my loves, but I thank you for going on this ride with me. I just like had to do something in my other life for last night, and I just couldn't do both. But let's talk about Mike and Natalie. And I'll tell you that I think the producers know that Mike and Natalie are the bread and butter or potato mushroom it's like a canned mushroom Parmesan cheese dish to really make the meal of this season, because we don't have a lot. So where we left off is this. Mike has taken time off work because Natalie has to have nose surgery. And, I'll be honest. I don't understand. I mean, I think that like we talked about whether she was getting like a nose job, like for cosmetic reasons, but there was also obviously a medical reason. She comes out of this, well, okay, I'll go into it, but she comes out of this with like no, like quote unquote nose jobby looking like broken thing or whatever. I'm like, I don't understand what it is, but okay, moving on. And then moving on, we'll go back there. So the night before the surgery, she's like, let's go to Seattle so I can stay at a hotel and I don't have to like worry about like getting up early for surge, right? The surge. And he's like, yeah, sure. So they do, but they get in a fight the night before because they hate each other. They shouldn't be together, but also over old Oklahoma things, the whole thing, like the hooker. She thinking that Mike's mom called her hooker, and Mike being like all the way up inside his mom's like vaginal canal still, anyway, so she leaves and goes to like her friend's house, honey, who we met. Okay. And then he just like wakes up in the morning and is like, I don't know anything about this surgery. For some reason, yeah, he doesn't know anything about the surgery, like what time it is. I think at some point as like her husband or like I would, and I know I'm going to the hotel, I'd be like, what time's your surgery? I would just kind of know it. But anyway, so she doesn't like come back to the hotel, honey. She goes and takes his car and drives to the hospital. And then he Ubers to the hospital. Not really. He's like, I think just getting driven there by the producer. And so then they go on this hunt to find his truck to see if she's actually there. And they find baby blue. And then, so this part I am putting my Chris Farah executive decision stamp on. I feel like this is fake. So this is what we're supposed to believe. That he finds his car and is like, F this bitch. She didn't tell me shit. I'm going to get in my car, honey. I'm going to drive back to Squim. And she's just going to like wake up from surgery. The doctor's going to call me. I'm not going to pick up. And then she's just going to be stuck at the hospital like a crazy person. So then he starts driving. But then he starts to think how it was really shitty that she didn't tell him what's happening. But it won't help anything if he like does what he's doing. So he drives the car back, and coincidentally, right when he pulls baby blue into the parking lot area, he gets a call from like the nurses being like triage, being like, surgery went well. She's, oh God, I forgot this part. Surgery went well, and she was, like waking up, and we'll call you when it's done. So yes, I don't know why I didn't, I'm not looking at my thing. When he goes in the producer's car searching for baby blue, honey, to see if Natalie's there, one stop he did make on the way to the hospital is to Starbucks drive-through, I'm sure, and got the biggest venti, I guess specifically, a caramel drizzled Starbucks frap, honey. I mean, like the thing you got like in the 90s, or like the early aughts, I guess, because I guess there was no Starbucks in the early 90s. But like, remember like the first time you had a caramel frap? That is so like 14 years ago for me. I cannot imagine being like, pull me up. I'm going to get a huge venti caramel frappuccino. Who are you, Brittany? I mean, Brittany wouldn't even do that now. God bless her. It is Seattle. Okay. I'm so happy you guys are here. By the way, I also want to say thank you guys for being here, obviously, because it's like not the normal time, but people are like tuning in between lunch breaks and like, such. And I'm so happy to see you, Lupe and Venus, and of course, my girl, Lisa. Love you so much, honey. I hope you're having a good day at work. Ty. Yay. Why not? They're tasty. Okay. You know what it is? They are tasty, but they're just so big. It's so much sugar. It's like, it's like, okay. So it's like if he had pulled up to the hospital with like a huge 7-Eleven slushie, like a big gulp slushie. Yes. It's not worse or better than a big gulp slushie. Both would have like made me comment on them. No, am I saying the word slushy right? Slurpee. Yes, I'm so sorry. People are gonna be like, what is this person saying? Slurpee. Okay, yes, honey. Like I would have said the same thing if it was a cherry Slurpee or just like a cherry, like blue raspberry, like swirled Slurpee, or like maybe like a little Coke on top. You do you. But the same thing, like I can make fun of it. I would definitely do it. Oh, I love a Ford Collects. Also, as I bring up my eyebrows, is any lady in the life doing this? Just so you know, if I look different, there's no ring light. I'm giving you like natural face. In my natural, I mean like natural hair. I got this Refi laminated brow set because I am kind of obsessed with this whole like laminated brow look, but it's incredibly hard to deal with. And for someone who has like curly hair everywhere, them brows are like straight. Like I can't get them to like push up. Anyway, so if you're wondering what's happening there, that's what's happening. Throw a little like, I don't know, like a little like bushy bush in the comment section if you have any desire or any knowledge of laminated brows, or B, you know what I'm talking about, and C, like I'm trying to give you like a bush, like a natural looking like bushy, but there's so much brow pomade and gel that I have to keep pushing my hairs up. That's what I'm doing. That's what's happening. Okay, so so he comes back, honey, right? He picks up Natalie and she's, on one. So this is where like she has like the mask on and then she's like, I'm very hungry. And then like they're driving home. He's like driving her home. When she says she's very hungry, they like live like 2 hours away. I was like, oh, that's her way of being like, get me some like drive through. I didn't understand why they didn't get like something in Seattle, but instead they drive like 3 hours back to Squim, where then she's like, like she's whatever. She's like get this out of the car. And then he's like trying to do that. And she's like, make me this. And, like he's a bumbling bumble. And she like hates him and has already decided to leave him, but has stayed with him to take care of her during the surgery and hates everything that's happening. And it's just like so awkward. And that's how I would describe it. And then she's going to clean off her nose and her bandage, which that's where I'm like, okay, this is a different sort of nose surgery than something that I guess I know is being corrective. And again, I haven't had a nose job, so I don't know about these things. And I guess there are nose jobs that can happen for cosmetic reasons that are just filler. She didn't have that. I know she had something done. But what I guess I'm saying is like, were you guys expecting her to have like the whole like black eye, like tape where she's not going to be the one cleaning a bandage the night of? Like she's going to be like, going back to a doctor like in a week to have him like take it off. Hi. Oh, Nicola Cahill. Hey, from Cork, Ireland. Okay, so no, I know this is a very broad Irish accent, but I could not love doing one more. It's been possible cover. Okay. I'm trying to train those brows. Yeah, I know this is good too. This is like this new product that I just got really into. Like this Jess Hunt girl has crazy ass eyebrows, and that's why. So yeah, she also calls Mike from the bathroom and is like, make me this dish. And the dish gave us all pause. We like listed the ingredients and then we saw him make it. And she wants boiled potatoes without the skins, butter, mushrooms, Parmesan cheese, like salt and pepper, whatever. The mushrooms are like from they're from a jar, soaked, maybe like pickled, and also pickles. Okay. Mike makes it. She likes it. It's on a paper plate. She's like, Mike, you did such a good job. And she's kind of like so happy with herself that she like is getting waited on. There is no like dog in this fight that I have for me. I don't like either one of them. Like, I don't have a preference over Ronald or Tiffany truly at this point either. But yeah, it feels like they shouldn't be together. And I don't know why he's doing this, except that maybe he has nothing else to do. It was either like make this dish with him or just get drunk with Beau. And for some reason, he's sick of getting drunk with Beau. I also loved this part too, which is she's like, oh, Mike, I can feel smelling again. No, this is what he said. I can smell better. No, she's like, I can feel smelling. I can feel the smell. I can feel smell. He was like, what? She's like, I can feel smell. He's like, no, you can smell? You can smell now? More smelling than before? Is that what you're saying to me? She's like, no. No, Mike. What I'm doing is I'm feeling the smell. So I want to like break this down because why not? And it's like I think that she's like she couldn't feel the intake of wind. That's breathing. If you can't feel, okay, so smell like this candle, like, okay, I can smell this candle, and then the physical sense I'm having is just the uptake of wind or like air as I, of course, inhale the smell. How could can I perceive the smell without feeling? Like, how do I feel smelling? Is there a difference between feeling smelling and feeling breathing? Now, here's the thing. Why am I like psychoanalyzing this? And I love, like doing this kind of stuff, but also like English is her second language, so maybe she just really means smelling. But what did you guys think? Hi, baby boo. Oh my God. Yes, Marsha. You always just like, not always, but like you are so lovely and you make comments after the video's posted. I'm happy you're here. Yeah, completely. Everyone does suck. Okay. And this is what's always going to happen on, a happily ever after, because these people are trying to make a whole living out of being on TV. Hi, babes. Okay. I know. So, okay. So pretty much, yeah, it's like, that's what happens. And I don't know what to tell you about that. That's all I care about. So one other thing, just like a weird question, 'cause I forgot to write it down. So we're supposed to believe that Natalie took the truck that they drove in together to her friend's house, but also he had an extra pair of keys that he always has. Because I don't believe that Mike is the type of like responsible person to have more than one set of car keys on him at all time. You know what I'm saying? There's something suspect about that. That's why I feel like that whole like, no, I'm gonna take the truck and leave her stranded after her nose surgery was like fake. Okay, they just want like that's like such a producer thing to like give us being like, and then just be like, just kidding, he's writing back. Coincidentally, the exact same time he gets a fucking phone call. Libby and Andrew. Can't talk about this one too long because for the same reason it's all goddamn fake. But I will say that I love the fact that Ellie is just crying all the time, honey, because that's how I feel. That baby is crying throughout every one of those segments, honey. She's crying in the car. She's crying here. She's crying there. She's crying at the parents' house. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. I don't want to see your parents on TV too. Ellie, honey, she's going through trauma. All she sees all day long is her mom squatting in quarters on dirty carpet with her sickle feet, just like her sisters taking porn pictures for OnlyFans. And then she sees her dad just like being made a fool of, honey. Ellie's like the only normal one in this family. I don't know where Ellie gets her genes from, honey, but like definitely I feel like maybe that mom. Don't you like every time I see Libby's family with the dad and everything, and Charlie and the Chuck, and I'm just like, I don't even know. And like Charlie's like wife or whatever, I'm just like, genetically, is everyone just a cesspool in this family? Why is like what happened between the divorce between the mom and Chuck? And I want to know way more. I know we've seen the mom before, and the mom is horrible. I think like she made horrible remarks during the Moldova situation. By horrible, I mean just in the same vein of just being like really the worst kind of people. Why do I think they were the worst kind of people? Right? Because they want to be on TV so badly, and they are just so fame hungry, and they are just so classless and tacky and putting down of other people and just, I mean, toxic. I mean, the same way of Angela, where I'm like, I don't want to watch this. I do not want to watch this. Like, if I saw this person now in real life, I would have like clocked them once and gotten the F away. And I wouldn't keep coming back to this establishment. Like, I'm sorry, Angela and Libby's family, all of them, tacky, trashless, gross. So we're supposed to believe like all of this. Like, Libby's family, in the middle of a goddamn pandemic, are like, we all got tests, so we're going to have a big ass family reunion with a bunch of old people that are about to die. Libby's also like my husband, like my family hates my husband, and every moment is just like throwing her husband in the bus. Like, why weren't you watching our kid? Meanwhile, like your kid is amongst your whole family running around with her cousins, and for some reason it's on your husband to like watch. And like he's driving, everyone's like mad. And then like at one point, I mean, I know I don't want to talk about this, but like blah, 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 blah. It's like at one point, one of her stupid sisters, and I really hate them, and that's why I can be the meanest talking about them. And that's, I mean, the one that hasn't had the surgery that made her as pretty as like, and by as pretty, I mean pretty than like the other one who's had way more surgery to like thus get to some sort of semblance of being quasi attractive. I don't care. She's like, Andre, we really have to talk, like the communication on this trip. I can't. It's fake. It's still so poorly written and so horribly acted and still so uninteresting and still so charmless. There's nothing about it I can do. I don't know. Libby's sisters are fine as fuck. Gee, I don't know what that means. Huh? Do you think so? I mean, I don't know what to tell you if that's what you think. I mean, I feel bad for women that are naturally beautiful that have to like, walk around this world with people who have undiscerning taste. I'm kidding, Mr. TL Snow. You're actually one of my favorite people, and I'm happy to see you. But no, I disagree. If you're thinking that Libby's sisters are fine, I love you so much, but you're absolutely wrong. I have a feeling one of Libby's sisters will try and sleep with Andre. Oh, absolutely. Well, they all want him. They all. Chuck wants to. I don't want to say that as like some sort of thing of like making like Chuck like, like pretending that like being gay is a bad thing. But like truly, I mean, I do think they all want a piece of like Andre, because I think Andre like gives them all something. But I think this also thing is fake, like I don't have to tell you. I just don't like it. I love you guys. Oh, yes. Yes, 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 yes. They keep the same narrative going all the time. Shake my head. Libby's family is not cute. Sorry, but baby Ellie got Andre's genes. Thank goodness. Yes, she did. I think. I don't really know because we never. Oh, my dad's home. I don't really know, but someone over here also said this, which is interesting. Look, babies are hard, babies are a hard thing. Like, you really don't know what they look like until like a certain age, babies are interesting. Just happy to have you here, Marie. Okay, my babes, Jovi and Yara. So, like Mila's interesting little baby right now. Like she has an interesting face. I definitely think she's cute, but like, like it's interesting. Well, we don't know what's going to happen there. So, the whole thing is, right, Yara's hated the fact that Jovi has a job. Meanwhile, like any other wife on this show would be like, you don't know how good you have it, Yara. We wish our people would have a job. Like, could you imagine if like Ronald had a job? If Asuelu had a job that like paid for one of them to just go willy-nilly pick out a brand new place and like fill it with whatever she wanted, like furniture-wise? I know that those other girls are watching this season with Yara being like, this bitch. This bitch gets everything. She gets to like just pick out whatever she wants with a cute ass baby and not have her annoying husband around who's just on a rig somewhere making her money. I could do it better, Yara, and I'd pick a comfy couch, like. Now here's the thing. I am happy that Yara got to do what she wanted, because everything that she did is right. The baby, and Jovi need to be like not around bars. They need to be like in a family situation. Like she's absolutely right about all of it. It looks clean. I like the nature thing. Like I like the woods. I think that she's, and I've always said this, like a step up for Jovi. Like Jovi like married up. Like. And I know that might be controversial, but what I believe is that Yara's decision-making is good. It's sound. Yara makes sound decisions. In the moment, too. She's a strong person. Now, I'm not saying she's right all the time, right? Like, I didn't love the fact that she keeps saying that, like, she had to move, like, all by herself with a baby. Like, meanwhile, she's, like, bossing around Barbara, honey, who's, like, Jovi's grandma, who, like, has the best accent in the whole world. Like, no, Yara, you weren't right for that or whatever. And God bless Yara, like, pick up your own Dyson. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Yes. And I will also say, do they make like a small version of that cloud couch from, what is that hardware? Oh no. Wait, my loves. What is that name of that thing? It's like RH. I'm dead. What is the name of the furniture store? That is RH is the initials. Rustic Hardware. No. I'm so mad. Who makes the cloud couch? Anyway, this is, why I'm mad? Because I was make a joke right now about the stupid cloud couch, and I cannot remember who makes it. The cloud couches are those big ass couches that all the Kardashians would be on. No, it's not Right Handy. Restoration Hardware. I looked down. I had just Googled it, but then you just said it at the same time. So sorry. So yeah. Well, whatever. So yeah, if you ever want to know like a comfy couch, like all the Kardashians would always just be like, there's like, I feel like I can always like picture like Kendall just like on like a big ass cloud couch in her like sweats. They always look so comfortable, right? And that's like the Restoration Hardware cloud couch. And so when Jovi like complained about that uncomfortable couch, I was like, oh honey, he needs like a small cloud couch. Anyway, I mean, there's not really a lot to say about the Jovi Yara segment, because it's like Jovi just is like, I wish I could be, amongst the bars of New Orleans, and she's like, you've had enough, and I also want you to throw away that couch. He's the one that like I had to replace because I tried to wash it. But especially after watching the first season and realizing that like you just let strippers pee all over your furnishings. Because I heard that in my face and in my ear, I heard it. And then I had to go sit on that couch. It was always dirty, so I was like, yeah, girl, get rid of that couch. I mean, she doesn't want, like Yara, I actually was surprised that Yara didn't get a more comfortable couch. And I think it's a little bit more European thing. Like, I don't know how comfortable couches are in Europe because I think they're just like usually a little like more effective, more structural, more just, for efficacy. I'm not using the word right, what I want to say. But I'm so happy to hear you guys. So couch pillow covered in slime. Gross. Lauren, what? That's what I'm saying. Like, can you imagine being Yara, who I've already described as being somewhat discerning and like that, and having watched the first season where, all of Jovi's disgusting secrets come out, like who he was before he met you and how his friends view him, which is just someone who is constantly bathed in stripper pee. And I'm not going to say stripper like stripper's a bad thing, but like, it's just, but specifically, of course, I'm referencing exactly what they continually said about him, which is that he would bring home women that he would meet in bars, and the bars were nudie bars, and then those women like and him would like hook up, but often both would be so drunk, honey, that like they could not keep control of their bodies. It's a daddy of Mila. So we all make mistakes and we all have like histories, we all have past, but all I'm saying is that like I would have burned the couch. I would have burned that. I would have burned the bed. No wonder why she was like, we're getting a white rug. Because if anyone pees on this rug, I'm going to know. And we got to keep the rug clean. Take off your shoesies when you're homey. So, Yara's decor style is minimal. Somewhat of like this weird luxe minimal. It's like that gray. Like she needs to put some stuff on the walls. I mean, yeah. I mean, she really loves that like leather jacket look. Oh, sorry. I'm like, my dad came home, I think earlier when I said like I heard the garage door open, I heard voices, and I thought that he was here with other people, but he's just watching TV. So anyway, that's really it. Like Jovi just has to get used to life now that he is like a full-on dad. Okay, no, your couches mostly have to look good. In the Netherlands, at least. In the US, it's all about relaxing couches and chairs. Yeah. I don't know if I said that right. I feel like I can see, yes, it's all about like a down chair, like our just relaxing and watching TV like gluttonous pigs. Like that's what the American culture is like with TV, in the sense of traditional. It feels like back in the day, houses had like sitting rooms where like the furniture was not conducive to just kicking back, like legs up on a table. It was like, we are visiting with each other. There was coffee, and then like the den happened, I feel like, in the 60s and 70s, in this looseness to American culture, where the den became the living room as opposed to like, I don't know, I could do like this is a whole conversation. This is how I feel. And I would love to hear your opinions on this, right? So the den becomes the living room, and it becomes this just totally a family room where everyone is just legs up on the couch, feet easy everywhere, honey, just like eating on the couch. Dinner can happen in front of the TV now here. It's just, I'm not saying it's bad or I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but it was somewhat the loosening of the family structure and lifestyle. So that's why I guess I'm talking about like comfort couches of Americanness as opposed to like Europeanness, which also have to contend with sometimes like a smaller square footage. My love. Okay. Haven't seen the episode yet, but sending you love from Connecticut. That is so sweet. Thank you so much for this super chat. Also, I'm actually planning to go to New England for the first time, and I'm really excited about it. So just because you're so lovely and having also put that in the little bubble, wanted to share this with anyone who watches or anyone who's into this, is that I would love, this is again a tangent, any one of your like tips and tricks to New England life. I specifically am interested in going on a fall foliage tour. So I'm from California. I've never seen that. Like I started following like these New England photographers, and also like very interested in Vermont cabins and like tree houses, but also KJP, which is like this like male photographer with his like wife that do have like a brand of like New England clothing or whatever. But Keel James Patrick, I think is his name. But he has these like incredibly lush Instagram photos where it's like, you know, Vermont, New Hampshire, seas of golden, red, yellow leaves, right? And I have looked at these pictures being like, that's real? Oh my God, that's a real thing I can see? And like, yeah, I want to see, Maine is beautiful. So yeah, I don't know how, so I'm going to go do it, but I don't know if I can do like all of Maine. Like I can't go that north, which is why I'm so sorry. I would love to visit Canada too. So what I have to do is just kind of like go in, probably, I'm going to have to like, I can't do it for like a month, right? So I have to do like, I think Vermont, New Hampshire, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Rhode Island. That's like what I can, I think, feasibly accomplish. Also, I have some family in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. They don't know this yet. I don't know if anyone from Pawtucket on the Schwery side watches this, but I would love to come around at least like Newport, and then like, you know, Rhode Island's a small situation, see some people. Anyway, I'm going to DM them. Okay, so my friends, let's move on to, but yeah, I would love your, Nantucket. Are you kidding me? So here's the thing. I have always wanted to do one more thing about this, a New England situation. It's like ultimate preppy. I'm going to have to, because I can't do everything, do what I want in the fall for like my fall foliage tour. And then at a separate point, I want to come back and do like a summer situation. And the summer situation is like, and again, I'm not the most smart about this. I'm not super intelligent or with it about this. I'm from California, but I want to do like a Cape Cod, Nantucket, like Hamptons thing more in the summer. And I want to try and do like this fallness also in the fall. Yeah, Cape Cod, 100%. I feel like Cape Cod is more my summer thing. Okay. Fall foliage, summer situation. I know. Who am I? Why do I talk like this? So we're going to move on, my babes, and that's Tiffany and Ronald. Okay, so Ronald wants it to feel homely for his peeps. So he's going to like decorate for Christmas. Now, we all know what homely means. And it means, well, yeah, it means what that garage already looks like. So check and check. But he meant homey. They go to like a Christmas decoration warehouse. And there's another one of like Ronald's things where he wants to somehow throw money at the possibility of keeping them in South Africa for the holidays. And that means like making Daniel like his boy, super Christmassy spirited out. So it's another one of these, like we're shopping and Ronald wants everything and Tiffany doesn't want anything and Daniel's in the middle. And Tiffany at one point is like, I'm upset because he's using Daniel against me. And we're all upset, Tiffany, that you put your son in this situation. That's what we're upset about, Tiffany. We wish you hadn't, because he's such a lovely, delightful boy that doesn't need to like have the emotional turmoil because you have made inappropriate decisions about someone you can be with. And then now you are trying to turn this person into who you want as an ideal partner. And he's not that person. He's not that person at all. He's never told you he's that person. He's never showed you he's that person ever. You are now just like, it's as crazy as someone who goes to the Sahara Desert and is like, well, why isn't this Hawaii? Why isn't this Hawaii? I don't get it. Why can't you just grow some palm trees? And he's like, you know, okay. Why am I saying this? Because what do you expect from him? What is he ever? He is manipulating Daniel. I know he is. He is. He is manipulative. But like, that's her son. That's not his son. I mean, I feel like we get a Tiffany who's always just like, he's not doing this and he's not doing that. Meanwhile, we've like just watched her make every horrible decision and just like at some point blame him. And I guess I'm just kind of like, yeah, you know who he is, right? I don't know what to tell you. I want to talk to you about this. True, Chris, Tiffany needs to question her decision. Yeah, like I'm not saying that Ronald's a saint, but at the same time, it's like he's not a saint. He's never said he was a saint. You didn't meet him in church. He doesn't have icons after him. So I don't understand what, Tiffany. You decided to meet Ronald, indebt your child to Ronald as a father figure and have a child with him. And then upset now that Ronald and Daniel have a relationship that can be used against you. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Why did you let, I mean, I don't know. You know, this is a very complex situation. I don't have children. I've definitely never like met anyone across seas, but like, I don't know. I mean, it's hard because we've already watched this scene. We've already watched Ronald spend a lot of money. You know, we already knew Ronald had issues with money. And then that was season 1, honey. And then in between whatever season we are now, we've also known that he's thrown off the wagon and gone back to some of his addictions. We've already known it. And now we're still back there. So like, what are we supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? I can't be on Tiffany's side now because the side I'm on really is Daniel's, but Daniel is a child and I can't really make decisions for Daniel. The only person that I can entrust that will make good decisions on Daniel, the person that I can like put my hat on that for, is Tiffany, and she hasn't done it. He bought Chris's presents for his kid and it's manipulative. Come on, people, just because Tiffany said it doesn't mean it's true. Woo! I like it. I mean, here's the thing. It's like, yes, Ronald wants Daniel to want to stay. He wants Carly to stay. He loves his son, my boy, Daniel, and he loves Carly. I think that to be true. I think that he sincerely wants these people with him. I do. Now, on the other side, Tiffany does not want that life. She doesn't want to. She does not want to be completely subservient to Ronald and have him make all the decisions because she has seen some things, right? She knows some things. But here we are. So, and what's awkward is Tiffany knows that Ronald doesn't have it, and by it, the capacity to give her the life that she wants for her 2 children. She knows it. That's why she doesn't want to go in the first place. But what she wants is some sort of pipe dream to get everything and Daniel to be happy with like some sort of father figure for them to live in America for some reason. Like that's going to be better. Okay. So this whole time, her game plan is to not ever, ever, ever live in South America and only to have Ronald maybe be a father figure if they can get over to America. But in Ronald's mind, he's like, okay, well, we're a family. I'd like to live in America, but I don't know what's going to happen. So here we are in South Africa, where I'm from, and I like it. His mom doesn't get doesn't understand that Tiffany's already decided like that South Africa is a no-go, and that Tiffany has already been living in the Ronald isn't good enough. Because in Ronald's mom's mind, if you're here, aren't you like somewhat open-minded? But instead, this is what happens. So they go to like after the Christmas, and they go to like an elephant retreat, which is very cute. And they bring Carly, and they have Daniel, and Ronald's mom comes, right? And we had met Ronald's mom before, and Ronald's mom had said something like, Ronald's doing better, or whatever. And we were kind of like, well, is he? And what is her, definition of doing better? And the truth of the matter is, all of this is very subjective. Doing better for someone is very subjective. And that's what we are at. It is the crux of what is it is. Ronald thinks he's doing better. He is, in his mind, doing better. I'm doing better. Yeah, I'm doing much better. You guys are here. I'm listening to what you want. I've never had a baby before in my life. Okay, I'm trying to work out with the baby and make you guys happy, and I'm Ronald. What? And Tiffany, they're just so on different pages, and their expectation levels are so different over what doing better is and what needs to happen, that is like the source of all the tension. So in this situation, in the elephant retreat, Tiffany pulls Ronald's mom's aside, and they start talking. And Ronald's mom is actually, I think, pretty clear-headed for someone who also like wants her son to be happy and probably doesn't want her son to leave, right? South Africa, where she lives. Tiffany, of course, like comes in super negative because she hasn't been happy this whole time and she doesn't want to live there. But like Tiffany doesn't understand how she comes off, because you're sitting across like Ronald's mom, who like hasn't seen her grandkids ever. Well, Danielle, of course, but like Carly, So she's like, well, why don't you guys hang out? It'd be my privilege to like hang out with my grandkids, who I'll probably never see again. Because I can tell by you and your demeanor that like you want out. So they do. They go back to the car. Ronald is like a little upset that Tiffany, A, was talking to his mom behind his back about probably him, and also B, had made the decision that like the kids would go with his mom. That part's a little weird. Like, wouldn't you want your mom to like have like a night with them, because she's not going to ever see him again. Haha. But also Ronald has this old school gender role part of him where he's like, I'm the man, and I'm the dad, and I'm the husband, and I make all the decisions, Okay. This brings me to this part of the conversation. If you guys follow the Say What videos I do with Wah on Thursday nights, we get into talking about, obviously, you can imagine lots of tangents. And we were talking about sitting in your femininity and allowing, if you're in a cisgender heterosexual relationship, allowing a man to take the reins. Okay. This is a quote from Carrie Hilson. By quote, I mean tweet. That's how we are now. A quote from the famous scholar, Carrie Hilson. No, it's her tweet. Men who provide emotional security and display wise leadership will get the softest, most feminine, relaxed, trusting, guard down, submissive, nurturing version of their woman. Even successful, strong women want to feel safe enough to be soft. That is our true nature. Now, I think that for saying that is our true nature, I don't think that every woman wants to be soft. But I think that when we're talking about cisgender heterosexual situations, I think there is something to be said for men who display emotional maturity and display also leadership, discernible decision-making skills that you can put your trust behind. And Ronald, of course, has never done that. At least not to the degree that would allow Tiffany to exhale. know. This part spoke to me. Ronald wants to play gender roles, but won't bring in the money or stability. Yes, of course. Yes, of course. It's like the same thing with Andre, right? A little bit, but like he's not so flippant about it. But like, yeah, like if you are a dude in this kind of situation and you're like, I want to be the guy that makes the decisions. I wear the pants in the household. I feel like my woman should come to me and make, like let me, think about things and ultimately make the call. Okay. If that's what you want to happen, the one thing you have to do is provide the money or the stability. Both are kind of like money is the thing that buys us security, stability in this world. It's not about money, right? That's what it's like. It's not about the money. No, of course not about money. It's about stability and security. I have sort of an obnoxious saying that I think about a lot, which is like wealth is options. That's what wealth is. True wealth is having some options. Because this world is very hard and difficult. So it is easier to live comfortably if you have some options. That isn't, everything isn't just like this one thing and you better, whatever it is, So, and in this situation, if we're talking about family making in this gender role situation, it's right. It's like, do you have the financial wherewithal, the stability in whatever chosen field that you have hopefully made some sort of stable career for yourself, having displayed emotional intelligence and strong leadership skills, and by strong leadership skills, managerial skills, strong decision-making skills to ascertain a certain level of some sort of career or financial stability, that we then can have a family. And that family will be able to eat food. We have options for food. Like, God bless it. What a privilege it is to have options. So there's more options than just like drive through. There's more options than like church giveaways. Like that there's the money does that. There's options of education. There's options of childcare. Like these things, of course, bring you comfort. And we we live in a society where you need money to get those things. So now, having said that, I love mac and cheese. So listen, it's about balance, honey, because if it's a box of Annie's organic mac and cheese, the sharp cheddar ones, they made little wheel shapes, yum. But at the same time, I grew up on Kraft spirals. I grew up, and I'm fine. I love you guys. There's nothing submissive about marriage. Equality is compromise and healthy. Yeah. These are just, words. This Carrie Hilson tweet. Oh, I'm in the middle of a live, Dad. You guys, you got a full-on Mike Farah cameo. Not the kind of cameo where I'm going to get paid for it, unfortunately, but like my dad hardly ever peeps in, honey, but he came in. It's because he has a shirt on. He's working. I love you so much, Dad, and the people are so happy to see you. So happy to see you, Dad. You want to come back in? Your dad? Pete, like silent like a Pete. You know what it's like? This is a little bit like Ronald and Tiffany. I think I bring this up before, but you know that dumb cartoon or whatever, not dumb cartoon, you know, an old-fashioned cartoon, I don't know who made it, but like it's a cartoon, I think I bring this up, where there's like a dead frog, right? This guy finds a dead frog or whatever, like, no, I'm sorry. There's this guy, it's cartoon, it's animated, everything I'm saying is animated. This animated character finds a frog who like tap dances and like puts on like, hello, my baby, hello, my honey, hello, my right time gal. Okay, this frog, right? And he's like, oh my God, I'm gonna be like this famous person that like found this famous frog, honey. This frog is it, honey. Okay, but like every time he brings the frog to like a manager or producer, like he opens the box and the frog is just like, and the manager or producer is like, you can get out of my of office right there. Like, you know, and the guy's like, he has like no money. He's like starving. He goes home, looks inside the box. The frog's like, hello, my baby. Hello, my honey, you know, whatever. So the opposite of this is the Tiffany and Ronald situation. Tiffany feels like Ronald hasn't helped at all with the kids, but in front of like Ronald's mom, Ronald's like, where's the baby's shoes? Where's the bell? Put the SPF on the baby. Like, you know, Ronald wiping SPF on Carly's like legs, you know, I mean, it's just like, here, I mean, whatever, but he's honestly trying. Listen, I can't be mad. It's like, I can't be mad that much at Ronald. What did Tiffany expect? Ronald is going through it. I mean, listen, addiction is a crazy ass thing. You know what I'm saying? He has addiction issues. And maybe like I'm not, or maybe you're not, or maybe you are like familiar with like specifically like money or like gambling addiction. You know, I think it's like maybe like not as talked about as much as like other addictions, right? But, and this is where I'm going to talk about this, under most addictions is a trauma that has been sometimes a trauma from like maybe someone's past or someone's childhood that hasn't worked out, right? And then the addiction is the cycle that the brain goes in to protect oneself. This is like, I'm no psychiatrist, but, and then again, I know that what I'm talking about has like, is talked about, I think with substance, right? Substance abuse. But not necessarily, because I think about other addictive behaviors, like even like cutting and stuff like that, which there's a reward center in the brain that it tickles in such a way, and it lets the person get into like a repetitive behavior that sometimes that is a coping mechanism for whatever this trauma that a person isn't dealing with, like whether this person feels like they're in constant fight or flight or whatever. Like that's what I'm talking about. And so what are we expecting of Ronald? I'm not saying that like he's a bad guy for not being the perfect dad. But of what of Ronald's like past or history or that you have put on him that he can do what you want him to do and be the person and the dad you want him to be, that's going to like make such great decisions that you will put your trust in, will be able to make and keep enough money to keep you in the comfortable living situations that you are in. Why are you putting that on him? And why are you expecting that of him? And why are you bringing your son from a situation that's not truly Ronald's to be locked up in this like back and forth? Daniel feels it. He's like in between, literally picking two Christmas trees. One's the beautiful, thick, lush Christmas tree that Ronald wants him to have. And the reality of what the trueness of his mom's choice is. And who, as a child, is supposed to pick the shitty tree. That's why it's Tiffany's fault. No, that's what I feel like. Because at some point it's someone's fault to put like Daniel in the middle of this. And I think that when I heard her say like he's using Daniel to manipulate me, I was like, no, that's what you did. That's what you did. I want to talk to you guys. He made a family and he is responsible. I think that the word, like anything is subjective, right? This is all the perception of whoever it is. To like Ronald's mom, who has seen Ronald in much worse wear, Ronald's being responsible. She's watched, Ronald run around putting SPF on Carly's legs, so it's like a moot point. I'm so happy you're talking though. Okay. Serotonin, I'm like going back because I like want to hear what you guys are saying about this. Singing Frog, who loves your baby. I love you guys so much for knowing that. Yes, this is very true. People will always find something new to be addicted to as long as he doesn't get therapy. Yes, 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 yes. Which is, of course, exactly where we're also saying with Angela and Michael, right? So, I mean, not exactly, but Angela has addiction issues, right? Angela is addicted to food. Angela is addicted to smoking, right? She can't blame Michael for smoking. She's been smoking her whole goddamn life and will never stop. And if you don't do therapy about that, you're just going to like transfer things. That's why people who get weight loss surgery often switch addictions, especially if they get over the act, like unless they don't actually get over the eating one. You know, there's a lot of people that get weight loss surgery who'll just eat through it because that is their addiction, eating. And just because you get weight loss surgery, you can lose weight and then just easily gain it back, easily. But if you don't, you can also transfer, which is why I've talked about this so many times. Like that's what happened with Mama June, right? Unless I'm not saying Mama June didn't have substance issues with various things before. Mama June got weight loss surgery, lost her effing mind, probably didn't do any of the things she was supposed to do. We talk about the full spectrum of therapy when it comes to treating an addiction, gambling, weight, crack. I mean, I'm not saying everything is similar, but the process and sometimes the history can be, because of how repetitive we already talked about, the cycle can be. Okay, so, I'm like so excited that you guys are like fervently talking. There's like 102 people in this room. This is one of those times where I'm like, you know what? Why haven't I once been like, oh, can you like this video and can you subscribe? This is why I don't know if I'll ever make a lot of like money on YouTube because I'm not a really great YouTuber in this sense. Ugh, I forgot. Can you? I'm so sorry. Will you guys like and subscribe this video? Just take a little moment, tickle my algorithm right there, and just like thumbs it up. I always forget to say anything, and I suffer the consequences. Thumbs it up, thumbs it up, thumbs it up, thumbs it up. I'll take a type to like brushing my eyebrows. Thumbs it up, thumbs it up, thumbs it up. See how much better it looks when I'm plastering my eyebrow hairs on top. I mean, oh, let's get that. Oh, okay. Okay, my loves, and back. So they spend, $700 at the Christmas store, and then they go to dinner. I know I'm like going back and forth. I forgot to say how much money, of course, they spent at the Christmas store. It was a lot. I mean, can you imagine? I'm just saying $700. Now, here's the thing. Actually, yes, I can. It depends on how great the Christmas decorations were. I guess it was a great tree. There's this place in Orange County called Rogers Gardens, which has like the most bananas, beautiful Christmas decorations. I mean, you could spend. Well, you could spend $15,000 there. I'm not saying you would. I'm not saying I would, but if you had nothing and you go to a lot of things, whatever. So the tree is really expensive. So they go to dinner, and I mean, the dinner is horrible. Like Tiffany, to me, is the first person to go out of pocket. And then later on in the dinner is like, don't ruin the dinner. And I'm like, both of you are bad. Now, having said this now, and I know you guys got it. Oh, I got a little, sorry. Thank you so much for my beautiful super chat. Yay. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. That's so sweet of you. I mean, Marie, you're my faves. You're always around, giving me money, and I really appreciate it because I want to spend a lot of money on Christmas decorations. Oh yeah, totally. Like one of those nutcrackers that he wanted, like that's an expensive nutcracker. That's not like no like bargain basement nutcracker. Okay, so at the dinner, it's bad. They're picking fights with each other. I don't want to talk about it. I think it's, just like, this is a bad situation. But, I wanted to go back to, there has been a lot of drama now between them both on the Instagram, and that's what's happening. That's what's happening right now in the world, presently, between Tiffany and Ronald. Okay, so don't be mad at this spoiler, which is I don't know if they're this is not really a spoiler. They're not happy. Is that the spoiler? I mean, is it? Because I don't know. I'll tell you right now, if you're someone who have been watching this being like, what, Chris? This fairy tale doesn't come true? I don't know what to tell you, baby boo, if that's what you think, if this is what it is, if like, did Mike and Natalie fool you too? Did you think that was a forever? No, but I will say, yeah, there's been drama between them where it's gotten really ugly. So like, I am sorry. I've been busy over the holiday weekend. I actually did some traveling and I had some like, so this is what I'm saying. I don't have the greatest like deep dive into this drama. All I know is basically is that Tiffany, I think got weight loss surgery or she lost a whole bunch of weight. She looks very, very different. And they've both been like somewhat involved, I guess, or with one of the 90-day bloggers who are like championing the story or whatever. But Tiffany released Tiffany released emails of them going back and forth to each other. And what Tiffany did is actually release their real email addresses. Tiffany put out screenshots of the emails between her and Ronald with their actual email addresses on them. Why, Tiffany? Tiffany, you have a grown-ass child? What are you talking? What? That's where I'm just like, well, that's not a smart decision. I mean, what part of that was smart? I mean, like, it's not. It's actually like crazy dumb. So Tiffany, if you're gonna like sit here on this high and mighty horse, how like you deserve some great man to save you from your life, take care of a child that isn't his, provide for both in America with all the discernible, questionable things that you know about him. If that's where you really are in life, then you're the one that's dumb. Then you are the one that can't get it together. But basically the emails are like from Ronald and her where he is, I mean, incoherently writing like one free form thought without any punctuation, not a comma, not anything. And he's just like, you lied about this, you lied about that, you blocked me. No, he said, no, this is what he said. He said, I'm going to block you, but don't you block me because I want to see my kids. It's just, I mean, what I'm going to tell you, this is what it is. It's like, anytime anyone releases any information about their relationship like that, like a smoking gun like that, or like receipts like that, like for you to put that out into the world, she made every decision possible to like make me not a fan. I mean, I don't have to tell you. I want you guys to tell me like more the details of this because I really don't know like all the situations. Oh, Mickey's here. Yay. Oh, Spassi is here. Hi. By the way, that was so hard to read because of the grammar. Yeah, I mean, what a privilege. Sometimes, I mean, I don't know. What a privilege education is. That is like going back to like this whole conversation of like the options that I mean, this is not like, oh, a new thing, obviously. Okay, how do I say it? How do I say it? Okay, how do I say this? I would not want to be with someone that didn't that can't provide for a good education for my children. Okay, that's a lot. It's like a biological thing, right? Because like you want your children to have like the best possible survival rate in this world and to be happy, right? Like their survival rate is a biological part, but like as the human part, we want them to be happy. And not that you have to have a good education to be happy, but the opportunities that a good education, of course, opens up increases the amount of options one has. And options are the true, again, this deciding vote of wealth for one. So to watch and read, or try to read, this long diatribe from this man, this grown person in English, without nary a grammatical comma to be had. It's like, yeah, like, what are you expecting? Again, like, what did you expect, Tiffany? What is it? I'm so happy I'm so happy. You know what? Honestly, I do love like a midday live like this because I feel like I get to like have people with a freshness of mind. I like Sunday night lives obviously too, but who's not exhausted? Who isn't like like, and the Monday before? But of course, that's when the show's on. And so I want to like freshly talk about it. And, well, I guess technically now that Discovery Plus is upon us, the show drops Friday. But, this is a weird world we live in. Can you believe I haven't talked about two people yet? I've been talking for an hour. Oh my God. Okay. So, my loves, we got to move on. Asuelu and Kalani. They're going car shopping because Asuelu got in this car accident, my loves, God bless. So he's doing fine. They're going car shopping. He's never bought a car before. And, they haven't really discussed. I don't know. It's like when you go car shopping, don't you kind of know what kind of car you like already want? I guess it depends, but like you can go car window shopping and just be like, I'm gonna try some cars, drive around, see. But like the way that they approached this car lot was like, we're buying a car today. And yet like, it felt like, there was no text back and forth of like what the Ford Flex looks like. I don't know. I keep saying a Ford Flex. It's happened now twice in this live because I saw one. And for some reason, I've always liked to look at them, even though I don't think they are made anymore. But they're kind of like what Ford's like answer to like a Range Rover. They're boxy, but boxy in a kind of like a hot way. Anyway, I also think that one time when I was like 6 years ago, because it's truly the Flex, I think is not, unless you tell me right now the Flex is still on the market, which I'm excited about. So one time I saw the Flex also comes with a refrigerator in the back, like a little mini fridge. And that just like made me feel like, I want to have like a cold Capri Sun in the middle of a road trip, like driving in a Ford Flex. No one talking about Ford Flexes in the comments, huh? Well, okay. So yeah, but no, they don't know. He doesn't know what kind of car he wants, my loves. And so he gets this car lot. They're looking at them like, like compact little somethings, so he can get on his oobs, but he's like, look at the minivans. And she's like, no, what? And he finds a minivan for like $11,000. And he's like, this one. And she's like, why? And he's like, because I want more kids. She's like, blink, 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 blink. These people don't talk though, I guess. I don't have to tell you. Like, she didn't tell him she like had looking for a divorce journey. Like they've never talked about the fact that they want more kids. I mean, he didn't talk about the fact like he wants a minivan or like what kind of car he wants at all. Also, like, it's a big choice of a minivan, I mean, he's like thinking ahead. He's also thinking ahead because he decides to have a conversation with his mom, and his mom is like, I'm gonna come visit. So not only is she going to come visit because she's staying in Salt Lake City, which, by the way, I forget this. Like, they're in Utah. Tammy lives in Salt Lake City. Utah is so gorgeous because it is gorgeous. And how I know this is because I got to go visit it. And it's like beyond these rocks are just like these rocky hills are so much. But every time they show the bee footage of like Utah, I like already know it's going to be like Kalani and Asuelu. I'm like so happy. Like, oh, give me them red rocks. So also, side note about the Asuelu situation, he's a rideshare person. In my mind, I was like, well, if he gets the like SUV or whatever, gets a bigger car, he can, drive for Uber XL, make some more money. Anyway, oh, sorry guys. It's because I just want to say this. I'm wearing Ilia skin tint and I'm wearing the Makeup by Mario sticks. So I'm giving you a full daytime wet look. So I have like a contour stick in the light medium. The Makeup by Mario I didn't think it was gonna be good because he was known as Kim Kardashian's makeup artist and her products are not as great, that she's doing a rebranding. And his products, I was like, is the exact same as her products, but it's actually not. He has these sticks, wet blends of like contour and some blush sticks. And the way you put them on is, of course, like a dab with a brush that comes with it on the other side. And the brush is a genius brush. And so you can really do some great blends. So having said all of that, that's what I'm wearing, plus the feather brows. You know, like talking about this kind of stuff. I'm sorry if you don't like me talking about makeup. This is the most boring part of the video for you, but it brings me such joy, and I put it on for you. So, conversation with the mom, where the mom's like, still want you to give me money. And even though I said I don't care about your kids, I do care about the kids. And now I'm gonna use the word mine in front of your kids when I come visit my kids. And Asuelu's like, well, don't bring Tammy. And she's like, well, how do you think I'm gonna get there, Asuelu? You gonna come pick me up? I got a kid here. Her name is Tammy, and she's the one that like takes care of me. So he's like, oh, bring Tammy, fine. Tammy's never apologized, for like trying to get a physical altercation with Kalani. But, it just feels like, I don't know what to tell you. It just feels like when Conor McGregor or one of them, like Jake Paul, or one of them, like Mayweather people, are just like, all right, I'm going to put a fight up in a month. And we're like, all right, well, I'll buy my ticket. This is just them announcing the battle royale at the end. And you can put your money on whoever you want to put your money on. There's been a lot more like Kalani Asuelu like sex talk this season. And is that a calculated choice? You had to see him in the sex sex shop, honey. He's just talking about how he wants to like suck her boobies. They bleeped out what he said. He's like, I cannot wait to hugging your boobies or whatever. And I mean, I thought it was the F in front of it, but I think he meant S. But I don't know why the F part is funny, because I don't mean to get too crude, but as like a sex act, that's such a weird, it's such an interesting one for me. when men like to penetrate the boob area is a weird one, but I know that that's a thing, especially if you have a big enough area to really ensconce it. I'm so sorry, like this is getting a little crude, but like that was a moment where I was like, oh, did he, what did he actually say there? Anyway, I got a super chat. Can you believe it? I really appreciate you doing the midday review. Oh, good. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. I really, I enjoy it too. I feel like I'm fresh. I feel like I'm like a little fresher. Hello, Chad. Oh, Sir Anthony, just the perfect time to come in when I'm like really getting in there about their sex life. Because I only look at Sir Anthony, look at you, are just so dapper. You're so elegant. And then I'm like talking about the grossest stuff. So, yeah, like I do think it's cute that the boys are dancing like in the Samoan dance, and it does make me absolutely happy to like watch Asuelu like sing in Samoan. Whatever Manu is, honey, like he kept talking about Manu. I don't know if it's the dance or like a character, but I enjoyed it. I don't know. I just don't. It's sad. It's like all of it is like sad. I hate watching any family in turmoil, and it makes me sad that like you could have a family that's gonna like come to fisticuffs. And especially Asuelu's family, because I cannot imagine a world in which you talked Asuelu's mom into faking it for TV. Look at that woman. Her desires and goals and her objectives, feel authentic to me in a way that like Libby's family doesn't, right? You cannot tell, but at the same time, did the producers be like, you got to get that mom and Tammy back? That's the drama, And did Asuelu's mom be like, okay, I'll do it, Okay. Oh, Martine, I love your perspective. Thank you for this live. I love your perspective. Thank you for being here, and thank you so much for like contributing to the super chat. I really, obviously, that's very generous and very sweet. And to all my people, thank you so much. But also, that is amazing, and thank you so much. But also contributing, your opinions, your commentary, also hugely important. And we do agree on things. I really appreciate you. Yay. Okay. Last cups, Brandon and Julia. Okay, so Brandon and Julia have found their place, honey, in Richmond. Okay, and they have invited Ron and Betty to come look at it. So, I mean, it's like a city apartment, obviously. It is like newer construction. It's like in a building on the 6th floor. All of these already vastly different from the farm. Okay. Betty and Ron are like, well, I haven't been in Richmond for a second. What's happening here? Like Betty has a comment for everything. Wow, the 6th floor. Oh, an elevator. She gets in. Oh, smells new. And I mean, when she said smells new, Julie was like, yeah. No, right, Betty, it doesn't smell like farm? Is that what you mean? No, I know. Right. Doesn't smell like farm. First and foremost thing that Julia wants, no farm smell. Um, Betty and Ron go throughout this apartment, and they this whole time have been like, Brandon and Julia don't know what they're getting into. They have no idea how hard it is. They don't know what this life is like, blah, 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 and how dumb they are and how stupid they are for thinking they can do it without knowing how to do it. And we're so great, and like they're so dumb, and they're making every horrible decision, and they should just continue to do what we want them to do and stay on the farm. Meanwhile, we learn that another reason that they probably want them on the farm is they don't have any help for the farm. So another whole thing is now like, well, we haven't found anyone, and I guess it's just us doing all the work now. And it's like, well, yeah, I mean, yeah. Only because it was your decision for a farm and your decision to only have one child together, but he has other children. I think. She doesn't. So can one of the other kids be burdened with living a year on the farm and taking care of it with you old buddy ruggers? Anyway, so they're around the apartment and just like, whoa, God, it's small, very small. Wow. I mean, the kitchen's right there and the living room's, I mean, like, for all of Ron's, like, they're so dumb and they don't know how apartments work. I'm like, Ron, do you not know how apartments work? Yeah, Ron, like, yeah, it's an apartment. It's a city apartment. Do you not know what apartments look like? Oh, well, it's a small bedroom. Well, yeah. So, yeah. Guess what else? Yeah, it might be smaller than the bedroom she has at the farm, but she doesn't also have to share half of her bedroom with like old boxes of paint and creatine powder. So probably she actually has more room. At one point, they're like, what do you guys think? They're like, well, there's no escape route. So you can leave in the middle of the night, come back to the farm, And they're like, yeah, we will not. I mean, listen, we don't need an escape route in this apartment because this apartment is our escape route. We're moving and we've already signed a lease. You can't talk us out of it. We've already, like, we asked you what you think. We don't care. We've already signed a lease. It's like a few weeks till this is our place. And this place feels like heaven with no windows. One window, honey, that looks at a wall, and still better. Still better for us. Still a relief and load off our backs to look at that one wall, honey, than to listen to you guys every night in that hot tub. Splish splashing. Splish splash, I was taking a bath on a Saturday night. Rubbed up, I got in that hot tub. Just, honey, just like a hot tub full of DNA. Multiple people's DNA just floating around. I mean, you know what their hot tub water looks like? So I just watched this with Wah. Remember the opening scenes of Look Who's Talking? No, it's not the opening. Oh, yeah, it's the opening scenes of Look Who's Talking. The original Look Who's Talking. The opening scene is a rush of sperm finding that egg and that one sperm getting its way to the egg, right? And that, that is a micro dose of what the entire hot tub on that farm looks like. Have I made this clear? So yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was interesting that like what was hammered home is the fact that also they need help on the farm. And where's Aspen? I don't understand why you need help on the farm. Where's Aspen? Remember Aspen? Aspen, big bicep Aspen with the cat, the hairless cat. I mean, sometimes I'm like, am I the only person that like watched the first season doing like Aspen's right there, honey, waiting on bated breath for you to give her more to do, honey. She has nothing to do. Oh my God, I actually did talk about all the people now. That's it. I don't know, my loves. That's where we are. Whose apartment do you like better? Do you like Jovi and Yara's apartment, or do you like Brandon and Yulia's apartment? And do you think Yulia and Yara on a secret like? Well, let's see who can outfit our gray wood paneled floored apartments more American looking. I don't know what they think. Both their apartments looked very similar to me. I guess that's the look, right? Everyone's putting in those like gray hardwood floor pieces. I don't love gray, but I mean, that's all going back to honestly Restoration Hardware. I feel like Restoration Hardware like started that like muted gray look, you know? And I mean, for someone like me who couldn't think of the first word, like they had been like somewhat influential in a lot of their design schemes. Okay, maybe I shouldn't say that because I don't know specifically if they are the ones that came out with like, they didn't come out with a gray looking situation. But when I think of that gray aesthetic, I think of Restoration Hardware. Do you guys? Also, Yar's apartment, we might think looks better because at least it's, you know, dressed up. There's furniture in. So maybe we should come back to this when we see what Yulia gets to do. Are you going to go do live recaps of Darcy and Stacy? Oh, is that coming back? It was hard for me to actually watch. It was hard for me to watch. You know, it's so funny because it was hard for me to watch the first season. I gave up on it. And weirdly, you know who didn't give up on it? My dad. My dad watched almost every episode and would complain about it to me. And then yet recorded it, went to the list, pushed the green button on the remote, you know what I'm talking about, got to the list, pushed select, and then pushed play for every one of those episodes. So interesting. Anyway, Chris, did you hear that Yara's fashion was found on the No! Okay, I gotta read out loud. Chris, do you hear that Yara's fashion was found on the Alibaba website for like 75% less than what she was selling it for? No, I did not know that, but it makes sense. Because Yara isn't a fashion designer, and I cannot imagine a world in which we're supposed to believe that she suddenly just like in the past year got a team of designers and suddenly we're just like her own fashion house. Of course, she was reselling clothes already on a website in some sort of like online boutique or whatever. So I guess in that situation, when you have a boutique like Melissa Gorga or something, it's like, don't you usually buy something wholesale because you have a buyer and then you mark up the prices on your own site? I don't know how much, and 75% feels like a lot. But then again, like if you are buying a Yara piece, what are you doing? You're buying a Yara piece because you specifically want a Yara piece, right? Like you're not. Is that mean what she's doing? No, I don't know. Is this the capitalistic part of me? I'm like, that's fine. I mean, were people going to go on Alibaba looking for leather jackets in the first place? If you're looking for a leather jacket, you can get a leather jacket that's going to be way more stylish and or way more quality than what Yara is selling anyway. If you're buying a Yara jacket, you're buying a Yara jacket. Sounds like I'm saying Zara. She was selling a jacket for $89 and it was on Alibaba for like $16.99. What kind of What kind of, I mean, yeah, well, she's making that money. That is a huge markup. I mean, and then some people can just like not buy, but I guess my mind, I'm like, yeah, but if you want to buy something from Yara, I don't know. Want you to still do that? I don't know. All right. So I know Wa and I are into watching Big Brother, even though I haven't watched Sunday nights and I have to watch it. I wish people would be into watching Big Brother and then I can go in live and talk about that, because Big Brother is so fun because we never have, well, I shouldn't say that. We do have repeat people, but it does feel like there's enough new people each season that like it isn't like we are having to be with a bunch of tricksters who just want to be famous. Even when they bring back people, those people's objectives of winning the game are still like a palpable enough objective that they will behave in a certain way that will allow truthful commentary that's like an authentic on human behavior. That's what is interesting. I do like Big Brother. But in the past seasons, Big Brother started to get really toxic because it would just have like one or two Black people on it and all these white people. And the whole point of Big Brother is that you like create an alliance and then you like vote people off. And so it just got to be a point like, we're just going to vote all the Black people off all the goddamn time. I'm not going to watch this anymore. And I have to like now, that's why another reason why I haven't committed to watching CX. I want to see exactly how this plays out before I like commit to this. There are more Black people on the cast. So I'm hoping that they aren't such a minority in the cast, that they are pluckable, offable. Because yeah, it's not fun. Just watch like an oppressive majority do like a microcosm of what's happening in real life and what has happened before. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, that's not the funnest. But we'll see. Okay, I understand what you mean about capitalism, but would you be upset if you found one of your Huda Beauty? Yes. Okay, yes, I would. Okay, I understand what you're saying. I would like to think, Renee, that I have done enough research on the formulas of makeup products, though, that like I don't think I'd be so easily like swatched. There's no way. I mean, if Huda found some Wet n Wild-esque product at that price point, but for some reason was the quality product that I have like researched and played with to mark it up that much, I mean, I'd be like, oh, well, I don't know what to tell you. I didn't know about it before, honey, but you pulled it from me. Now I know I can buy the cheaper version, but I mean, I don't know. Yes, okay, so if I bought, I'm trying to think of like what, okay, so if I bought like an Hermès bag, paid, and I mean, I've never done this, $15,000, and found that Hermès was just selling the same bag. This is so outlandish because this is a brand who has built a reputation on quality and luxury, and Yara isn't. So like, who are buying Yara products and thinking that they're getting like specifically something of quality and substance more so than buying something from a 90-day cast member? You know? I don't want people to be taken, but I mean, sometimes like that's just like survival of the fittest, like financially, I guess. Oh, what's this? Just coming home from, oh my God, Globe Hopper. Thank you, God. Just coming home from a long day's work. Thanks, Chris. I haven't even watched the actual episode yet. Oh, anytime. Okay, I'm going to go back. I was not aware what happens in American Big Brother. Is this for real? Yes. Yes. There was toxic in like the last couple of seasons. There's been controversial moments over, the whole entire Big Brother history because they have 24-hour live feeds and people are racist and also a bunch of other horrible things. And so, yeah, like in the middle of the night at 3 a.m., they've caught many times people saying ridiculous, ignorant things. That's not even what I'm talking about, but that is something that also happened. But also what would happen was just, there'd be like, like Mama D was, or whatever, like there'd be like fun characters that would get ganged up on. And because they were not in the majority of the power alliance, there'd be excuses to vote them off. Okay? That's what happened. And I mean, like, I'm saying this as someone who's watched Big Brother. And I know there are people who have watched Big Brother too. So I know it's like, I feel like horrible saying what I'm saying, but I mean, like, I didn't A, do it, and B, this is what happened. So yeah, definitely, like, I'm talking about, come out in the comments and like say like, yes, this is what happened. So because of that, I stopped watching when that happened in the middle of the season. So I'd be like, I'm not gonna, no, thanks. I don't care who wins now. F all of you. So, but the actual game of Big Brother is interesting, right? Because it's like about human behavior. It's about manipulation. It's about, it's about reading people. And there's also like the physical prowess stuff. It's very interesting. And there's like there's like tricks and like unexpected parts. So those are parts that are very interesting and fun. And coupled with when you have lovable characters. So I'm hoping that if we have a little more balanced cast members that we get to like, I don't know, we actually play a good game. Trust me, if I'm in the industry, if you only knew what some of the best brands markup cost them $40, you guys pay $300. I mean, yeah. I guess that I was talking, yes. Everything, there's a markup for everything. Yes. Everything is way cheaper than it has to be made, but there's so many things that go into things like marketing costs or whatever, packaging. I mean, who knows, a billion things. That's why the truth of the matter is, if you can, don't ever buy anything that's not on sale. Everything at one point goes on sale. And I mean that as someone who bought the Dyson Airwrap on sale. If you wait long enough, you do your due diligence, you can buy most great things on sale. We're talking about, luxury beauty. Not so much for makeup. They don't have really great makeup selections, but Costco even has like great skincare for luxury beauty skincare. You really don't have a reason to like spend full price on that. Like, as we talk about the Nordstrom sale is about to come up. I mean, I'm not saying all these are the greatest options, but if you want 20% off, which of course you should, because you shouldn't buy things that aren't on sale if need be, wait, especially for makeup and stuff like that. Because at least Sephora is going to have 2 a year. That's Sephora. Then Ulta has theirs. Then like the individual brands has their sales. Like, there's no need. Sparkling Tiana. Wow, never watched a live before. Hey girl, I was watching you in a while. Thank you. That makes me really happy. I'm like always happy when I like see new names. Hi guys. Yay. I'll be honest, like I read comments. So, and I'm not, of course, I wish I could be the best with names and pictures to remember everyone all the time. But if you are rewatching this, and if you are someone who has never made a live, feel free to drop a hi. I like seeing people. That way, if I ever see you again, or if I like remember a comment you said, I like will try and remember the comment and say it out loud. I'm not like a queen about this, but I do try. Oh, Chris, would you ever do a Nordstrom anniversary sale recommendation video? I love this. And you always, oh my God, I do one. It's so hard. I will tell you this because I'm not the greatest at this. You know who does a very good version of this? And this person is a fashion blogger. So this person is not doing the fashion blogging that's like, this person's going to be at every runway event. This person that I'm about to show you does like street style blogging and does exactly what you're talking about, which she actually has like a great Nordstrom anniversary full diatribe. Okay, so because this is how we are. On Instagram, or just look up her fashion blog. Her name is Mia Mine. And her real name is Maria Bizute. Mia Mine, okay? And this is girl, listen, she has 1 million followers, and she is specifically doing fashion blogging in a very intense way where it's like her bread and butter, and she's like, getting the links and all that stuff together for you. But this person also is very good at it and probably has a team of people doing it with her, okay? So she researches all of the sales pretty accurately. And she's a Nordstrom, I think, ambassador. Okay. So if you're looking for that Nordstrom sale information, I would go to her. I would say that her style she describes it as like daily street style, mixing luxury pieces with more affordable pieces. I would say her style is mostly in neutrals, which I like. That's the reason why I like her. I feel like she does a lot of great neutral work, like creams, whites, camel colors, like just such beautiful color palettes that I think I realize if I can lean into the color palettes that A, look good on me, and B, that I like feel good in, it will drastically alter and ease fashion shopping for me. So having said that, if that speaks to you, I would look her up. Okay. I'm like reading stats and say, you're one of the most engaging YouTubers I ever caught on lives. You really make people feel the connection and how you interact. Thank you, Chris. Thank you so much. That makes me feel really, really good. I don't, I'm not a YouTuber that watches other YouTubers besides like me watching WA. So it's not like I watch other people's lives and like know how I'm supposed to kind of like do this. I just like, that's why I want to know you guys. So I'm a professional buyer. Ladies, I'll tell you, use Rakuten and Honey, it works. Oh, okay. Yes, Honey. Okay. Honey is the app that you can download, maybe like a Google extension, and will give you all of the best promo codes, right? Is Rakuten that also? And or are these sites also one of those money back ones like Ebates? I think they changed their name. Anyway, I love you guys, and I really appreciate you guys, and was waiting for you last night. So sorry that I wasn't there, but look how fresh we are today. We're doing it. All right, my loves, an hour 36, 2:41. I'm going to go. I'm going to go eat some lunch. But yeah, I'm happy to be back. I missed you guys over July 4th weekend. And tell me what you're watching and what you're into. Has anyone seen Black Widow yet? I do like The Single Life. And we talked to someone that had brought up The Single Life from 90 Day Fiancé. I mean, I do want to watch Natalie on The Single Life. I think she's very watchable, that person. Very watchable person. Okay. So also one more thing. Can you give me just like good energy? Because I did like a self-tape last night for a project that I would love to get. And it's really hard, if you can imagine. It's not hard. Acting is easy, and auditioning is whatever it is. And most of the time it can be really like, most of the time it's like totally chill. But sometimes when you get like a really good one, you just like want a part so bad. Those are the ones where like, no matter what you do, like the wishing and the hoping, it's just like, it's hard to turn off. I don't know, feeling anxious about something like that. I guess it's the kind of thing like I can go on a billion dates, but like if I like go on a date with someone who I feel like an authentic connection to, then yeah, like I want that person to be obsessed with me and want to date me again. That's the same thing when like you can audition for things and then you're like, oh, God, I love this role, love this project. What a great role and project. I want you to want me, So anyway, that's what that is. Yeah, my little New England. Yes, my love. Kristen, were you here earlier when I said I was going on my fall foliage tour? Okay. Anyway, I love you so much. All right, baby boos, that's how it is. That's all I have to say. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I am at Chris L. Farah. The L is for Lebanese. And of course, there's the private Facebook group, Vanity Farah, which I always post. Oh, except I didn't. Well, I almost always post before I go live. So last night, even though I didn't post in the community on my YouTube channel, I did post in Vanity Fair that I would be going live at 1 p.m. today. So if you would have liked a little heads up, and you're on that Facebook, honey, join Vanity Fair. Now, if you're over Facebook, I get that. And I probably should have posted on my YouTube channel that I was going live at 1 p.m. today. That's on me. But again, I was like just trying to perfect a read for a role. And it's like, can you imagine having to like watch yourself doing something over and over again and try and make it better and better and better because you want something so bad? And then how do you know when it's good enough? And then how do you feel? I mean, there's like a lot of like anxiety that it brings up when you have to like also edit yourself in the product that you are while you wish someone would want and buy your product. It's such a weird thing being an actor in this time because everything is self-tapes. Anyway, okay, blah, 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 blah. I love you guys. Vanity Fair's Facebook group, Chris Farah on social medias. My heart is with you. Have an amazing week. On Thursday, we go live on Waz channel for Say What at 8 p.m. And I really, that's a really fun live as well. And that's it. Take care of yourselves and each other. Stand up for what you believe and make art, okay?